Hey everyone, HBIC here. Welcome back to another episode of Poppin' Bottles. It's been a long time. I haven't done one in a while, but I have a very cool one to show you guys today. One I just picked up earlier today, and it's one of my favorite distilleries, favorite lines, and it's one that it's kind of an oldie and a unicorn. It's Parker's Heritage Collection 10-year heavy char bourbon. So this was a 2020 release. I had to trade a couple of bottles for this, but someone offered this to me in a trade, and I could not pass this down because you guys know that Parker's is one of my favorite lines. So to get something from 4 years ago, couldn't pass it up. So yeah, very excited about this. 60% alcohol, 120 proof, aged 10 years. So let's talk about this real quick. And I'm going to show you guys pop up a graphic here in a second. So this is heavy char. So that means if you're not familiar with heavy char, there are 5 levels of char when you put a new barrel, when you fill it with bourbon. You have either level 1 to level 5. Levels 1 and 2 aren't really used that much. But level 3 is like standard for most distilleries. They use a standard char, which is around 40 seconds. But then they have a char level 4, which they call the alligator char, and that's about 50 to 60 seconds. And as you can see in the graphic, this one, what we're talking about today, the heavy char, is char number 5, which a lot of cooperages don't usually do that because it's very risky and you can mess up the barrel if you char it for too long. So you're talking about a 90-second char on a level 5. And what that does, when you look in the images, you can see like the deep fissures like in there, and it allows the bourbon to like move around more and soak up more of the wood and get the sugars and more flavor, and it allows a lot more stuff gets brought out. But it is riskier because the woods just start burning. So it is riskier to do a 90-second char. So you don't really see that very often, but this is a heavy char, 90-second. So let's talk about this for a second here. What do we got? So as I said, 30 seconds is usually for what we get for a 30 to 40 seconds for like a level 3. All right, so according to the notebook here, it's 102 barrels they used on this at the level 5 char. They were filled with traditional rye-based bourbon and aged on the 6th floor of Rickhouse Y for 10 years. The higher char level allowed the bourbon to penetrate deeper and interact more with the oak, extracting a slight smokiness along with the caramel and maple sweetness. So that's pretty cool. They tell you where it was stored at, and so let's see here. I'm gonna crack this bad boy open, as we do on Poppin' Bottles. So you can see this is nice. So what I did here is I poured a little bit earlier of the Heaven Hill 7-year bottled and bond, which is their standard level 3 char. So you can see like the coloring on that. And then if you compare it to the level 5 char, I mean, maybe my lighting isn't so good here, but up into the light, you can see a vast difference in the color. This is very much like a dark copper. And this is like your standard, goldish, bourbon. But yeah, like really color difference. You can really tell with the heavy char on there. So, ooh, got a great nose. A lot of, I do get some fruit on that. So, all right. I'm not sure if I actually had a level 5 char before, so this might be my first ever level heavy char before, but can't remember. But see. Wow. That's it's not what you expect right off the bat. Not bad. Ooh, you do get some smoking in there. You do get this, like they were saying, with the maple and the caramel, however you say it. That's not bad. I don't know if heavy char would be my wheelhouse, to tell you the truth, but it's very good. Definitely want to see this more as it opens up, but I don't hate it. Yeah, you get a lot of wood on that. There's a lot of just tons of oakiness and wood, like with a little bit of the sweetness you get from the sugars, from the aging and the bourbon flowing through the barrel a lot more. If we're rating it, I would say it's probably a B for me right now. Yeah, it's just you get a lot of tannin in this as well. It's got like you get the chew at the end of that. So yeah, it's definitely, you definitely get some smoke. Like I said, it's very woody. You get that right off the bat. It is not subtle at all. It's very upfront. But then the finish, though, you do get some of the sweetness and the caramel in there. So I'm not gonna say I won't recommend this to people. This is, if you have not tried a heavy char before, I've go ahead and go for it. This was aged 10 years, so now it's 14. Because it's 2020 release, so I'm not gonna complain about that. A little extra aging in there. But yeah, that's my hot take flash review on the Parker's Heritage Collection Heavy Char Bourbon. So with that, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back very shortly with another edition of Poppin' Bottles. See you next time. Cheers.
Are you tired of getting the same old bourbon sitting on the shelf? Looking for something to impress your bourbon friends with? Then head over to Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook and grab one of our single barrel bourbon bum store picks. We've got a 9-year Knob Creek bourbon, an 8-year Knob Creek rye whiskey, and our ever popular Nulu Toasted Wheated. That's right, toasted wheated. So head out to Green Valley Wine and Spirits or message one of the bums. But hurry, because once these bottles go, they're gone forever. Become a bourbon bum today.